Hi everyone, so you have a query that combines files from a folder, but when you add a new file with new columns, the new columns are not showing. Today I'm going to show you how to fix that in Power Query using two techniques. If you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe and let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start by showing you these three files inside of my demo folder. So let me select them, press enter and open them. And you will notice that January and February have the information for only 4 stores, and all the files will have only 3 products, and all of them have one sheet that is called sheet 1. So very straightforward for January and February. February is here, January same thing, the 4 stores, the 3 products. I'm gonna close this. This is March. March is the one with the information from 6 stores. I'm gonna close this. So let's go to a new workbook. Let's go to data, get data from file, from folder. Here is the folder I just showed you. Double click there, click open. Here is January, February, and March. I'm gonna select combine and transform data. I'm not ready to combine. I need to do some work before that. The navigator will open and it will show me one file as a sample. So Power Query has selected only one file, which is the first file, right here. So I'm gonna select sheet 1 and I'm gonna say okay. The Power Query editor will open and it will show me some steps that Power Query already created for me. On the left side, you will see those steps. This is the query with all my files from January, February, and March, but you will notice that I have only 4 columns for the stores. The helper queries are the parameter, which is the sample file. The sample file, which is January. You can see that the source is the folder that I just showed you. These are the files inside of that folder, and the navigation is bringing only that sample that is January. The transform file function is the function that Power Query will apply to the sample file, and all the steps are just right here. The transform sample file, this is the January file, and any of the changes that I make here will be reflected on my demo query, which has all the files. Here I have my sample file, but I cannot make the changes here because the source is only bringing that information from January. So, and you can see that I have only 4 stores. So this is not what I need. I need to make the changes on the other queries section where I have my demo query. And because I'm gonna show you 2 techniques, I'm gonna duplicate this query and I'm gonna work with this second one for the first technique. So I'm gonna double click there and I'm gonna rename it as unpivot example. Enter. Okay, here I need to remove the last 2 steps. I don't want to change the type yet. It's gonna give me an error later on, so I don't need that right now. And I want to delete the expanded table step because it's expanding one file with only 4 stores. So I'm gonna remove that, and I need to start working here on the remove other columns step where I have my tables with all the columns that each file has. For example, March has the 6 stores. Okay, so I'm going to rename this step as starting point. And from here, I'm going to add a column. I go to add column, custom column, and I'm okay with the custom name. Here, what I want to say, I want to unpivot. Here, other columns. So from the table, unpivot other columns. I'm going to open parentheses, and I need to provide a table. The table is here from my transform file column. So I'm going to double click there, comma, pivot columns as list. My pivot column is the column that is not going to change. It is the one with the product. So because it's asking me as list, I need to provide the curly brackets. And in quotation marks, I need to say product because it's a text. So product, make sure that you spell this in the same way that the title of this column is. So I have capital P and everything else is lowercase. And I close the curly brackets, comma. I need to provide the attribute column as text. What is the title of this column? The title of this column will be store, comma, and the value column as text. The title of the value column will be amount. That's the column that will have all the amounts for all the stores and all the products. So I close parentheses and I say, okay. Here I have my new table with the unpivoted columns. I have my product column as pivot column and everything else has been modified. So I have January with 4 stores right here, 1 to 4, 1 to 4, same than February. And now March, you can see that I have from store 1 to 6 in all the products. This is what I need. I don't need the transform file column anymore, so I select it and I delete it. And from here, I can expand this column. So I here on the custom column, click at these 2 rows, expand. I don't want to use the original column name as prefix. I want to load more just to make sure that I have all the list of all my columns, and I say okay. And here I want to keep the name of the month as a column. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this column. I'm going to go to add column, extract, text between delimiters, and my start delimiter will be the space between the number and the name of the month, and my end delimiter will be the dot before the extension, and I say okay. Here is my column with that information, so I don't need the source name anymore. Select that column, press delete. Let's move this column to the beginning. So I just drag it, or I could have say right click and move to beginning. Either way works. Now this is text, this is correct. And these 3 columns, the data type is not correct. So select product column, press and hold the shift key, select the amount column, go to transform and detect data type. Now this is correct, this is a whole number, text, and the only thing that I miss here is to rename this column, text between delimiters. This is when I inserted that column, text between delimiters. I can rename it here, and instead of calling the text between delimiters, I'm going to call it month. Enter. Now I need to change that name in here as well. Instead of text between delimiters, I need to name it month. Enter. And then everything else should work. Perfect. I'm ready to pass this to Excel. I go to home, close and load to. And here I'm gonna create a pivot table. Let's go pivot table first, existing worksheet, A1 is correct. And I'm gonna say okay. So here I don't want to create a pivot table from the demo. So I can go to my queries and now say that I want this load to connection only, or I can be on my pivot table field and right click at demo and remove from active tab. So here I have only the unpivot example, and from here I'm gonna say that the month goes to the rows, the store goes to the columns, and the amount goes to the values. Perfect. So I have my 6 stores. Let's go to design, report layout, and show in tabular form. Here I have my information ready to go. Let me show you what happens when I add one more month to our folder. So I have April. Let me open April so you can see what I have there. So April has from store 1 to 6, but I also has store 7 and 8. Let me close that. So let's copy this file, Control C, and copy that to our folder demo, Control V to paste. Let's go to our pivot table, right click and refresh. And here we have our information with the month of April with store 7 and 8. Let me sort this. So I have January to April, and here we have the additional columns for store 7 and 8. So this is technique number 1. Let me show you technique number 2. But before I do that, let me remove that, delete. So our folder demo only has the information from January to March. Let me right click here and refresh. Or I could go to data, refresh all. I have my 6 stores only. So now let's go to our queries. Here you can click here to switch between the pivot table and the queries, or if you don't have your queries visible here, you can go to data, queries and connection. So you can double click here. I'm going to double click on my demo query and go back to my original query. I'm going to right click and duplicate, as I'm going to show you the second technique there. I'm going to double click there and I'm going to call it my titles example. Enter. Same thing, I'm going to remove the last 2 steps because I don't want to change the type at this stage and I don't want to expand the tables just yet. So I go to my remove other column step, I press F2 and I'm going to rename it as starting point. Enter. And here, as I showed you before, these tables have the information for each file, and from here I need to create a list from this. I select that column, right click, and drill down. I have created a list for the tables and I can see each single table here. Now what I need to do, I need to create a list with the name of the columns of each table. To do that, first I need to transform these tables as list. Just after the equal, I say list dot transform here, open parentheses, and what this is asking me is a list, which is this list, and at the end, comma, and I need to provide a function to transform this list. My function is table.column names, right here, this one, and it gave me the double table, so I need to delete one. So table column names, close parentheses for the list transform function, enter. Now I have my table columns as a list inside of this list. So now what I need to do, I need to get all of these names in one list. And to do that, I go here at my formula bar. Let me make this a little bit bigger, Ctrl+Shift+ to make it a little bit bigger. So after the equal, I'm gonna say list.combine, open parentheses, and I need to provide list as list. Each list is inside of this list. So I have 3 lists inside of my list. So let me go to the end and I'm gonna close parentheses, enter. Here I have the list of all my column names, but you can see that some of these names are duplicated. To fix that, let's go after the equal and let's grab this inside of another function, that is list this thing, right, this one. Okay, open parentheses, and I need to provide a list as list, which is this list, right? So it's the result of all these functions, all this information. So go to the end, close parentheses, enter. Here I have the list of all the names of my columns without the duplicates. Okay, perfect. So let's rename this step as my titles, enter. From here, now I can connect these tables, I can expand them based on these column names. I'm going to create a step here from the FX on the formula bar, or right click here at my titles, insert step after. So from here, let's delete this because it's referring to my titles, and let's bring the information from my starting point and get the name of the columns from my titles. To do that, I go here to expand, and this one, table.expand table column, open parentheses, and it's going to ask me for a table. The table will be from my starting point, comma, and my column as text. Let's go back here. This is the information that I need to provide. There is transform file, that is the column where I'm getting all those tables. So transform file from here. So I'm going to need to provide this as a text. So transform space file. Remember, Power Query is case sensitive, so I need to provide this as a capital F, same with a capital T, and comma. And I need to provide the column names. The column names are coming from my titles. Here, my titles, and comma. And I don't need to provide new column names. That's okay. I just need to provide this information. The other information is optional, so I'm fine. So enter. Here I have the source name, the product, and now I have all the columns for all the stores. Okay, so I have March, the last lines here. Let me make this a little bit smaller, Ctrl+Shift-. So you can see that lines 7 to 9 is March, and everything else is January and February, which has only 4 stores, which is correct. So stores 5 and 6 have null on all those lines. So that's correct. And let's fix this. First, let's unpivot other columns. I'm going to select the first 2 columns, right click, unpivot other columns. We can provide a different name to these columns, attribute and value. For the attribute, I'm going to say that is going to be the store, and this is going to be the amount. Say enter. Perfect. So in here, I'm going to add column, extract text between delimiters, and that's going to be the space for the start delimiter and the dot for the end delimiter. I'm going to say OK. So here I have the information for the month, and here on the formula bar I can change the name. Instead of text between delimiters, I'm going to call it month, Excellent. So I don't create another step, so I can just fix it right there. Let's delete the first column. Select the first column and delete. And let's move month to the beginning. Press Ctrl A to select the whole table and go to transform, detect data type. And that is correct. So I'm ready to pass this to Excel. I go to home, close and load to. And here you can see a new query at the bottom right here. So that is our new query. I want to create a pivot table and I want to create it in the existing worksheet. And I'm going to say I want to create it here. So we can see the difference. So you can see that the first pivot table is coming from the unpivot example. And the second pivot table is coming from my title example. Okay. So I'm going to move the month to the rows, the store to the columns, and the amount to the values. Excellent. So you can see that we have exactly the same information. Let's go to design and report layout, show in tabular form. So we have the same pivot tables. Now let's see what happens when we add one more month to our folder. So we know that April has 2 additional columns, so 2 new columns. So let's copy that, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste to our demo. Let's go to our Excel file. And here you can right click to each pivot table and refresh, or like this, or you can go to data, refresh all, and then you will have right here the same information in both pivot tables. So just let me sort this from A to Z, and there we go. Now you have exactly the same pivot tables. So you can see that both techniques work. I hope you found this information useful. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, share with anybody that you believe can benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.